Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I am your host Boise, and this is Raw Review. We've got a quite an interesting show. Is it better than last week's episode of Raw? We'll have to wait and see. On this episode, we see a alliance fall apart. We see a new entrance for a superstar, and Baron Corbin's power mad control on Raw continues. For all that said and done and much more, let's hit the music. So we kicked off the show with a tag team match. That's right, surprise, surprise, we didn't have an opening segment. We had Ronda Rousey teaming up with Natalya to take on Tamina and Nia Jax. Now, the match, I was like, oh yeah, a match straight away. We don't see this often, this should be quite good. And what happens 30 seconds later? The Riot Squad come out with a table. Their distraction allows Nia Jax and Tamina to take out both Ronda Rousey and Natalya. Natalya starts getting beaten up by the Riot Squad because obviously that continues that feud. And Natalya gets put through a table through a super kick slash power bomb combo into the table from the ring apron. That was pretty cool. Ronda Rousey is able to beat off everyone else and save her friend, making Ronda looking super OP yet again after she just got beaten down by both Nia Jax and Tamina beforehand, which is a bit stupid. This also caused Ronda to look for a new tag team partner to take on Tamina and Nia Jax. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. The power bomb through the table was the coolest bit, but it was kind of a shame that, you know, even though Ronda did get beaten up, she still came out not, even later on in the show, she didn't seem to be that badly injured. So yeah, 6 out of 10. An okay start to the show, nothing special. Next up, we had the same segment we had last week, where we had Bayley and Sasha Banks with Alexa Bliss doing questions from the audience. How was this? Slightly better than last week. We actually got more than one question. I think we got about 5 questions, and they did mention being the first tag team champions, women's champions, which is cool. I thought that was absolutely awesome that they were able to mention that, you know, hint hint, WWE, hint hint. But obviously Mickie James, Alicia Fox and Dana Brooks came out to take them on. Alexa Bliss said, hold on, I reprimanded you last week for attacking, and now I'm not going to allow this again. I'm not going to allow you to do what you want after I told you you couldn't do this. So we're going to have a tag team match. Dana, you can stay out if you want, but it's Mickie James, Alicia Fox taking on Bayley and Sasha Banks. And the match was poor. It was basic. It was a typical Bayley Sasha Banks combo, backbreaker, Bayley to belly suplex, 1, 2, 3. They got the victory. Dana Brooks was out there. She didn't really do well yet again. What is the point of having her in this alliance and turning her heel when even when she's heel, she's yet still not doing anything? Well done WWE on that one. Well done. Alicia Fox and Mickie James did look slightly effective at the start, but that was obviously to make the top tag look more effective. But apart from that, it was very, very much same old from what we got last week. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Quite disappointed with this poor start to Raw so far. Next up, we had another, well, it was supposed to be a singles match between Scott Dawson and one of the Lucha House parties, but no, this obviously again working to destroy the reputation of a revival. I have no idea what's going on here. It was the Lucha House Party, a 3-on-1 handicap match with Lucha House Party rules, because that's so fair. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. I am sick and tired of I'm sick and tired of the Revival losing. They were one of the best tag teams in NXT. They've now gone to the main roster and they're just getting buried like the Ascension got buried. It's absolutely disgusting. Highlight for the whole match, the high flying moves from the Lucha House Party. They are absolutely impressive. I do love high flying moves. It's just, I want to see a tag team match. I want to see the Revival at their best, and I actually want to enjoy the match. But no, Lucha House Party won. Scott Dawson didn't really get that much offensive in. So yeah, this sucks. Next up we had the Drew McIntyre Appreciation Night. I actually thought this was quite cool. Baron Corbin awarding Drew McIntyre with a golden medal, the Medal of Excellency, which I thought was, after he stole Kurt's finisher to beat him, I thought that was quite appropriate, to be honest. Dolph Ziggler comes out, he goes, hold on, I just saw that video package, where was I in all this, I thought we were a partnership, I thought we had an alliance, you were the bronze, I was the brains. And Drew just let out the truth. You were just a stepping stone. I used you to get me into a more secure position on Raw, and I'm going to remold Raw in my image. Dolph didn't take that very well, and Dolph laid out Drew McIntyre with the zigzag. He's about to walk away. Baron Corbin announces there's going to be a match. I thought, I'm going to split this into two, the promo and the match, but this led to the match, and I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because it was entertaining. Drew McIntyre's promo skills are brilliant, and Dolph Ziggler kind of turning. Not sure if he is, I'm not sure if he will do, but this was a really good, like, oh wait, he's stabbing me in the back kind of segment. So yeah, 6 out of 10, entertaining, but the match itself, I cannot wait to talk about it. So now we'll go straight to it. This moved us on to the match itself, where we did see Dolph Ziggler taking on Drew McIntyre, and surprise, surprise, match of the night. There you go. If you want to know, this is the match you need to watch. You can pretty much skip everything on Raw if you wanted to. Just watch this match, that's all I have to say. But yeah, brilliant match. Dolph Ziggler's selling was fantastic. Drew McIntyre's aggressive strikes were just absolutely brutal. There was a great part in the match where Drew gets the mic and says to Dolph, "Look, I must be still be soft on you. That's why I'm taking it so easy. And now I'm gonna just imagine someone I don't like, aka I'm gonna think about Finn Balor," and starts absolutely brutally attacking Dolph Ziggler. Next thing we know, Finn Balor does come out. This causes Drew to obviously lose a little bit more concentration. It's not too much, I've got to say. It wasn't too much. Drew still controlled the majority of the match before that. After that, then after Drew chucks Dolph back into the ring and nearly into the referee, that's when the referee's checking on Dolph. Finn kicks Drew McIntyre into the barricades. Drew just gets back into the ring just before the count of 9. He's injured by this point, and Dolph's super kick getting the victory. This is Drew's first pinfall or submission. So it's his first pinfall since returning to WWE main roster. That is absolutely awesome. I thought it was good. It was Dolph who got the first pin, and yeah, this was a really good match. I didn't know how to score it because I thought the segment started off was really good, and I thought the match was really, really well put together. And Finn Balor's involvement, I think, helped the match a little bit. He wasn't too involved. He wasn't rooting on Dolph Ziggler. He was just there to make sure Drew lost. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's the highlight of the whole Raw episode this week. Next up, we had our Elias segment where Elias came out to play his music. He wants to get his hands on Bobby Lashley, especially what happened to him last week with Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin taking him out. And he's about to play. Lio Rush interrupts him. He goes up to the top of the stage where Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley are. He's about to smack them. Both men try and get out of the way. Lio Rush runs straight away. Bobby Lashley tries to chuck him into the sideboards. Elias turns it on him, gets the guitar, about to smash him. He runs off himself. Lio Rush looks like he's already gone, but no, Finn Balor chucks him back up to the top of the stage where Elias is ready with the guitar and smashes him from the back. can't really give this a good score or bad score. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Mainly because the best bit was seeing Leo Rush get hit with the guitar. Poor bit is, it was quite a small segment really for Elias. But it did build up the feud between Bobby Lashley for TLC. So I can't wait to see how that goes. And it got Finn Balor more involved in the show. So starting to build a resistance to Baron Corbin's authority, it seems. So yeah, no big complaints. It was just an okay segment. Next up, we got a match between Bobby Roode and Drake Maverick. This was supposed to be a singles match. If Bobby Roode would win, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable would get another Raw Tag Team Championship match. The match started, Bobby Roode obviously kicking the crap and beating the crap out of Maverick, before we cut to straight away nearly a backstage segment where Chad Gable is getting his ass kicked in by both members of AOP. They beat the absolute living hell out of him. Corbin comes out and goes, by the way, I've changed my mind. It's now going to be a 3-on-2 handicap match, and your match just started now. You can see Roode's trying to finish the match off quickly. He nearly does it. He nearly gets Drake Maverick pinned before AOP get into the ring to block it. Chad Gable comes running in to try and help his tag team partner. AOP just overpower him. Drake Maverick tags in. He pins Bobby Roode. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. It's a stupid Baron Corbin. Why didn't he just make this decision before the match or anything like this? Drake Maverick getting the pin kind of made sense a little bit, but it just feels like, you know, I just don't see why Corbin turned on Roode and Chad. They haven't really been that much of a voice against him. They've kind of just kept to themselves, doing the tag team stuff. So it's like they're not heels. They're both baby faces, but they haven't really been against Baron Corbin. So it made no sense in the and the match was so quick after the AOP got involved. It just really kind of took away from the match. What could have been quite a fun little squash match, and seeing Drake Maverick get a little bit of what he deserves back to him, it's just a bit of a shame. So yeah, 3 out of 10. So yeah, we had pretty much this all through bloody Dean Ambrose's segment. Yeah, does this irritate you? Does this irritate you? Because this is what we got for his intro now. This is his new intro with his music on top. Yeah, this isn't fun. This isn't entertaining. This is irritating. I literally had to turn my TV down because I had it at full bloody blast. And what the hell was all this about? We had SWAT members out, we had gas masks, and I was just thinking, oh my god, Dean Ambrose thinks he's Bane from Batman Rises. Why? Why are we seeing this? But yeah, Dean cuts a decent promo, gotta give him that, and then Seth Rollins does interrupt. He takes out the security guards, of course he does, and then him and Dean have a brawl. Dean gets the advantage, of course he does, and that's the end of the segment. The best bit was when Corey Graves started pushing on Renee Young about giving her information about what's going on in Dean Ambrose's head, and she finally snaps and goes, you know what, every week you ask me the same question, and what goes between two people in their own privacy at home as a married couple is none of your business. Michael Cole goes, yes, we have to respect Renee's privacy, and that was it. Hopefully that's the end of hearing Corey Graves going, well, what's going on at home, Renee, with all this? We finally get a full announcement. Yes, Renee Young and Dean Ambrose are married. It's canon now because they've actually said they are married. So my god, let it go, Graves. Yes, I'm a bit irritated with the noise because, like I said, it's friggin' annoying. But the promo was good, the beat up was fine. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 because the siren noise irritated the crap out of me. Next up, we had a really quick match, and this was Rhyno versus Heath Slater. This was awkward because of a backstage segment where Baron Corbin was looking at the numbers and said, well, we can't afford one of you, so either one of you's got to quit, or you're just going to have a match and see who keeps the job. So they had a match. Slater won. It literally took about 2 seconds with a neck breaker. It's not even Slater's finisher. And yeah, Rhyno's now fired from Raw, so he could return to SmackDown, or he could just do something else. And yeah, Slater's not even going to be a superstar apparently anymore. He's going to be a referee because Baron Corbin offered him his new uniform, and he's now just a referee. I'm going to give this segment a 4 out of 10. Mainly because Heath Slater and Rhyno I do still like. I think they have great characters. But seeing as they haven't been on TV for nearly a year, and seeing as we can't really get invested in people who haven't been pushed, and we're supposed to care about one of them losing their jobs, really didn't help. So yeah, like I said, 4 out of 10. Slater and Rhyno, I hope, go back to SmackDown. Next up we had Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal, and this was another quick match, which when I saw this match I was like, two things are going to happen. Jinder is going to lose, or Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre will get involved in the match, costing Finn the win. But no, Finn did beat Jinder. The Singh brothers got taken out by Apollo, so it looks like Apollo is on Finn's side, as a resistance kind of character towards Baron Corbin's authority. But yeah, it was a little bit longer than I was expecting. But no, Jinder he's back to what he was originally. He's just a jobber. And afterwards, after the match, Finn got attacked by Drew McIntyre, got beaten up. So pushing Finn, making him look more, quite useful, and the big figure eight to the resistance of Drew and to Baron Corbin's authority, and getting beaten up by Drew McIntyre afterwards kind of made sense. But it would have been nice if he dodged the attack and got out of the way and ran, scampered away for a bit to save himself later on. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. But yeah, it's nice to see superstars starting to pull together to take on Baron Corbin. Last but not least, the main event was Ronda Rousey and her surprise tag team partner, which got announced on social media, not during the show. Well done, WWE. So if you're watching the show but you're not staying on the social media or anything, you got told just by offshoot, oh, by the way, Ember Moon is going to be a partner. Well, it made sense. Bayley and Sasha Banks are busy, and there's no other baby faces, so who else would it be but Ember Moon? They took on Nia Jax and Tamina. Pretty short match. Ember Moon, I feel sorry for Ember Moon. She looked better than Ronda in the ring, and Ronda took the highlight. She got the victory. But yeah, there's not really much I can say about this match. It was a typical Ronda and Ember Moon, and Ronda's gonna be OP. And what was she again? She was OP. Nia Jax really wasn't much in the match. Tamina took the blunt of the attacks from both women. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. Really disappointed. I honestly want Ronda to lose her first match at some point, and it needs to happen sooner because I'm getting sick and tired of watching the same old Ronda Rousey matches. And there you go, guys, that was Raw for this week. What did I think? I thought it was crap. I actually did. I think the best bit about this Raw episode was the Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler match. I think Dean's promo was really good as well, apart from the siren, which annoyed the crap out of me. And Finn Balor was a highlight throughout the show, just doing these little bits and bats. But yeah, everything else just was the same. And I think the best comment on last night's episode of Raw was Bubba Ray saying the best part of this show so far was the advertisement for SmackDown. That's got to say something when Bubba Ray, a former WWE superstar, Hall of Fame, and just states that a show, his highlight is an advert for the SmackDown show. What does that tell you? I'm going to give this episode of Raw a 5 out of 10. What was your favourite bit? If you did have a favourite bit this week, leave it in the comments below, guys. If you do like our videos, remember to please like, subscribe, and press the bell to keep notified. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at SmackTalkYouTube. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.